The NFL draft is officially over, and I want to give you a quick rundown on where Auburn players fell in the draft, as well as where our undrafted free agents fell. We had several players who did sign with teams, but they were not officially drafted. So let's get into it with the only player. We had one player who was actually drafted, and that was Roger McCreary. He went in the second round to the Tennessee Titans. So we expected him to do pretty well, and he did. He didn't make it in the first round, but as I previously predicted, he did go high or early on in the second round. So congratulations to Roger McCreary, and I think we probably have a few Tennessee Titan fans in the Auburn fan base, so I'm sure they will be happy about this pick as well. Unfortunately, he was the only player who was drafted. We expected that there was the possibility that Smoke Monday might be drafted, as well as Zacoby McClain. Neither one of them made the cut, but they did still sign with teams as undrafted free agents. So now let's take a look at the breakdown of where all of the other players who were not drafted ended up. First up, I'll start with Smoke Monday because we did expect him to go in the 6th or 7th round possibly. He did not, but he did end up signing with the New Orleans Saints as an undrafted free agent. We also saw that Zacoby McClain signed with the Baltimore Ravens. So both of those guys had the potential to sign with a team. Unfortunately, they did not. But it's really not something that we need to be too concerned about. I know it's, as fans, we want to hear that we have 5 players getting drafted in the first round like Georgia saw. But unfortunately, that's not how it worked out this season. So you're going to see a lot of people out there that are making this out to be a doom and gloom scenario. Don't look at that at this situation that way. There's no reason to. This was Harson's first year. It's a rebuilding year. We're still rebuilding this upcoming year. You can't expect Harson to come in with players that he did not bring to the team, and for us to have just an overwhelming number of players get drafted in the first round or even drafted period. It was lower than we expected, but still, it's only the difference between 1 and 3 players, so we can't be that disappointed. So as I mentioned, Smoke Monday, Saints, and Zacoby McClain, Baltimore Ravens. Zacoby will have a teammate joining him at the Ravens, and that is Brodarious HAMM. He will also be going to the Baltimore Ravens. He signed as an undrafted agent as well. Beyond those 3 players, here is who we have left. Chandler Wooten will be going to play for the Arizona Cardinals. TD Moultry will be going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And D-Rob, our only wide receiver to be going this year, will be going to the Seattle Seahawks. So that's what we have. We have a total of, let me count it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. 7 guys going to play for an NFL team this year. 6 of them are undrafted free agents. We'll have to see what happens with them in the very near future. Unfortunately, they weren't drafted, so they don't have that same security that you get that Roger McCreary will have, but they still are getting a shot. So I think it's a great opportunity for them to show what they did in college and why they think they deserve to be on an NFL team. They're getting a chance, but now they have to prove themselves and prove that they deserve to stay on these teams. So not what we were hoping for, but stay back from the doom and gloom scenarios. There's no reason for it. I do expect this upcoming year, the 2023 NFL draft, to look much better for Auburn. We had a bunch of guys that stayed back to do an extra year, and I think those guys will end up going higher in the draft than what we saw this year, or at least we'll have more players getting drafted next year. Overall, this is just my overall thought in this situation. We need to be happy for our guys that chose to go to the NFL and that were drafted or signed with the team, and just stop talking negatively about the situation. There's nothing we can do about it. Do we want better for our team and our players? Absolutely. It looks a whole lot better for the team when we have more guys go to the NFL, but you have to remember how many people stayed back and chose to do one more year. Think about how many posts you saw on Twitter that said, run it back. All those posts were from players that could have potentially gone to the NFL or declared for the draft, but chose not to. They chose to run it back and do one more year. So things could look very different for the NFL for Auburn players in 2023, and I think that is what we should expect. And we should also expect for them to do much better this upcoming season because they have a lot on the line. They want to show that they deserve to be on a team. They want to go as high as possible because ultimately that means more money for them and a better chance to actually play when they get to the professional level. That's all I have for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as I mentioned in a previous video, if you like the hat I'm wearing, please go ahead and support University Traditions. They're supporting me, and if you like the hat, you can get one for yourself. I'll leave the information in the comments or in the description below so that you can save some money on one yourself. You can save 10% with the code INFINITE10. But aside from that, I'm excited about this off season. I think once again we're bringing back a lot of talent. We're going to grow our talent, and we'll be better prepared for this upcoming season. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.